Hey there, loves. Welcome and welcome back. Today I'm going to be taking you guys along with me as I set up a fun yet romantic dinner for two for my hubby and I. And this is perfect because Valentine's Day is coming up. So if you guys are looking for some ideas, definitely stay tuned. I'm also going to be sharing with you guys some easy, simple recipes that you can put together in advance to take away that stress of a brunch or a dinner setup. If you guys know what I mean, it is a hassle sometimes when you're trying to do everything in one day. So most of these things you can do early in the morning and just set aside, or the day before. As you guys already saw, I put down my raclette, and I'm also going to be putting down our plating and using this pizza plate because we're going to have a pizza and movie dinner night. So I'm also going to show you how I did this heart-shaped napkin. It's very easy. I cannot explain it, so I hope you guys get it by watching. I'm going to put the, furthest ends together, and we're just going to make a triangle, a large triangle. Then I'm going to take the bottom of the triangle and I'm going to put it a third of the way in, and I'm also going to do the same to the other side. After that's done, we're going to take the side that we fold last and place that in, and we're going to do it halfway. Then we're going to place it in again, turn it over, and then we're going to roll it. Make sure when you're rolling it, you roll it really tight because you don't want it to unravel. After we've rolled it really tight, we're just going to take out the ends or the sides that we've rolled, and we're going to shape it in the shape of a heart, and that's it. I hope I explained that well, but it came out so cute. I absolutely love it. Also just going to be adding these skewers and our little wooden spatula to help us remove our pizzas from our little pans, and the skewers just to help us cook our shrimp because we're going to be making some shrimp pizzas as well. Then you want to add your drinkware, whether that's wine glasses or cocktail glasses, whatever you're going to be having on your date night. And then I like to add a couple flower arrangements just to make it feel and look a bit more romantic and intimate. If you want my pizza recipe, make sure you check the description box down below. I will have it down there for you guys. But I did make my pizza dough ahead of time. Then I'm just going to grease this pizza bowl. It's one of the pizza bowls from the set that we already have. And I'm just going to place the dough in this and cover it up to place it on the table later when we're ready to serve dinner. On a clean countertop, I place down some flour, and I'm just going to knead the dough for a little bit before I place it in my bowl and set it aside. I'm going to be making a few sauces for our pizza dough. I'm going to start off with the easiest one, which is the Italian garlic sauce. It's just a simple olive oil sauce that you add some garlic to, as well as some salt, because you need to add a little salt so that you can actually enhance the flavors. If you don't want to use garlic powder, definitely used a garlic clove. Just grate it really small so that you won't be crunching on it. Add your salt as well as some Italian seasoning. If you don't have an Italian seasoning mix, just use some oregano and some parsley as well as some basil, and that is your Italian seasoning mix. Mix that up, cover it, and set it aside for later. If you're like my husband and I and you want a little bit of kick to your garlic Italian mix, just go ahead and sprinkle in some chili flakes, and that definitely kicks it up a notch. It's not too spicy, but you do feel that kick on the way down, and this is perfect for when you just want to use the dough and just this glaze on top. It is absolutely delicious. For our second sauce, I'm going to be making a simple Alfredo sauce. So to our saucepan, we're going to add a little bit of butter. I am using a plant-based butter. I'm using a little bit of butter as well as a couple tablespoons of olive oil. After we've gotten that into our saucepan, we're going to toast our flour for about a minute. And that's just to take away that flour taste so that we don't taste it in our sauce. It's not so potent in the sauce. After you've toasted your flour mix for about a minute, you want to make sure you are using a whisk. Keep stirring this because it will thicken up really quick and you don't really want it to burn. After we've added that and toasted our flour for a minute, we're going to incorporate our milk. So you just want to pour your milk in slowly and make sure that nothing is clumped up and we have no flour pockets. After we've cooked that down, then you go ahead and add your seasonings. The seasonings I'll be using is some pink Himalayan salt as well as some black pepper and some oregano. And I'm just going to cook that down until it is thickened to my likeness. If it gets too thick, just go ahead and add some more milk until it's to the consistency that you prefer. Let it cool down, and then we're going to transfer that to our serving dish. And then we're going to cover it up and put it aside until we're ready for it. For my third and final sauce, I'm going to be making a very simple and easy marinara sauce or pizza sauce. I'm going to be using ketchup because I love the sweetness that the ketchup gives, because I don't really like to add sugar in my sauces. So I'm going to use ketchup as well as a tablespoon of tomato paste. In place of the ketchup, you can use a tomato sauce or a tomato puree, of course. Then I'm going to cook that down until it's a nice dark red. Add my seasonings, which is some pink Himalayan salt, some garlic powder, as well as my Italian mix. And I'm just going to cook that down until all the herbs are nice and fragrant. That's when I know it's almost ready. After I've cooked that down for a while, I'm going to let it cool and then move it to my serving dish. Set it aside until we're ready for it. Another item you guys can do in advance is your charcuterie board, or our meat and cheese board. I'm going to go ahead and place everything we're going to be using to assemble our pizzas. When I say everything, I'm meaning all of the meats as well as the cheeses. I'm just going to make the board look as cute as I can make it look, and just set that aside, cover it up, place it in the fridge until we are ready to use it for dinner time. I'm going to be using a few different sorts of salami. This one, for example, is a chili paprika salami. It has a sweetness to it as well as a spicy kick, so we definitely like that in this house. So I'm just going to be making a rose to make the charcuterie board look a little cute. Of course, you can use a cup for this, but because this salami is so sticky, I didn't think I needed it, so I just placed them together, fold them in half, and just roll them up. I'm also going to be taking a few more pieces and just folding them in quartz and just decorating the board with them. For our second salami, this one is more mild. It's not too salty and it's not spicy at all. So this one has a more mild taste. I also love this because it isn't so salty. But if you do want a salty kick, of course, go ahead and get the ones that are not as mild. I'm also going to be placing down another salami, which is a chicken or turkey salami. I'm going to be placing that down as well. This one is a bit more salty, so if you do want a salty cake, this is definitely the one to try. We're also going to be using this is called met. It's like a smoked or half cooked ground meat, ground sausage. Yeah, it's a ground sausage. So I'm going to be placing that in a bowl so it doesn't like spill over. Then I'm going to be adding our cheeses. I'm using 3 different kinds of raclette cheeses, and I find that the raclette cheese doesn't stick so much as the regular cheese when it comes to using the raclette grill. So I'm just going to be decorating the board with those, and then also adding a few more pieces of meat, which is ham. I'm going to roll a few pieces of ham, place that on our charcuterie board, and that is it. Cover it up with some saran wrap and place it in the fridge until we are ready for it. We're also going to be having some shrimp that I seasoned lightly and placed inside its container already. I also went ahead off camera and cut up all of my vegetables. We're going to be having tomato, broccoli, onion, bell pepper, as well as mushrooms, and I just placed those in their serving containers, covered them up with some saran wrap, and placed them in the fridge until we were ready for it. Everything was done in the morning time so that the evening I can have that time to relax, just set the table and enjoy the time with my husband. Definitely try to do things ahead of time so you don't have to stress too much last minute when it comes to putting everything together. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys got some ideas for Valentine's Day that's coming up. But of course, regular date nights, you should definitely make sure that you're scheduling regular date nights with your loved ones just to keep that intimacy and romance alive. Romance is created, it doesn't just happen. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. Also, like and comment down below. Let me hear your thoughts on this. Subscribe if you're not as yet. Hit that notification bell 2 times, and I will see y'all in the next one. Until then, Auf Wiedersehen.